Lord aka Mega Blitz. In today's video, we're looking at Chien Pao EX. Now, for those that don't know, Chien Pao has never really been my go-to deck. If anything, I've kind of been more of a Chien Pao hater, almost, if it were. I've always really had bad luck with Chien Pao. My Pokestops always hit really bad. I always end up getting really bricky hands, and it just was never my kind of deck. However, it is my girlfriend's favorite deck, and she's rather good with it and has been pretty consistent with it for a majority of the time that she's been playing it. So for today's video, we're going to be looking at Chien Pao EX for the first time since rotation. I have played this deck a couple times beforehand, but not since rotation, losing the cross switchers and things like that. So let's jump right in to that deck list. Alrighty, here we are at that deck list, Chien Pao EX. Now this seems to be kind of the standard 60 that a lot of people have been playing, or pretty close to it. A lot of people were playing like a 3-3 line of Bidoof and Bibarel. So people have been playing the Ultra, the middle evolution from Frigibax to Baxcalibur. I've been seeing people not even play boss orders at all in the deck, but this is the 60 that I've been playing here. As far as Frigibax kind of split goes, I've had a lot of success just having the one collect Frigibax. There's been too many times where I needed to like retreat out of the one Frigibax into a different one, and it happened to be the two retreat Frigibax, and it kind of just felt bad. I'm also not really a Frigibax connoisseur, if it were, so I don't know the perfect split or have an opinion on it, as opposed to things like Charizard, where I played Charizard a good amount. So we got the two copies of the Tackle Frigibax with the one retreat cost, one copy of the Collect Frigibax with two retreat cost, two Baxcalibur, three Chien Pao, two Bidoof, two Bibarel, one Manaphy, one Radiant Greninja, one Iron Hands EX, because we are able to pull off some ampy very much plays in this deck rather easily as well. 4 Irida, 1 Ciphermaniac, Codebreaking, 1 Boss, 1 Iono, 4 Buddy-Buddy Poffin, 4 Ultra Ball, 4 Superior Energy Retrieval, 4 Nest Ball, 3 Rare Candy, 2 Super Rod, 2 Earthen Vessel, 1 Prime Catcher for our ace spec of choice, 1 Hisuian Heavy Ball, 1 Canceling Clone, 3 Pokestop, 8 Water Energies, and 1 Electric Energy. Alrighty guys, so that's the deck list here. I'll make sure to put that deck list in the description below, so you guys want to try it out for yourself, you'll be able to. Now let's jump right in to that gameplay. Alrighty, here we are at that Chien Pao gameplay here. At our coin flip, our opponent chose heads. Now, Chien Pao is an interesting one. Going first or second has a lot of pros and cons for both, I feel like. When going first for Chien Pao, yes, you get to evolve very quickly. You get to evolve, you know, your Bidoofs and Bibarels, your Frigibaxes and the Baxcaliburs. But when going second, you also get to use Irida and get kind of more established, because then Irida can find you things like Nest Balls and Buddy-Buddy Poffins and stuff. Opening hand here, not too bad. Frigibax, Superior Energy Retrieval, 2 Ultra Balls, Buddy-Buddy Poffin, Pokestop, and a basic Water Energy. Now, Buddy-Buddy Poffin is really only able to get us, you know, Bidoofs and Frigibaxes out of the deck, which is a lot more than most decks can say. Our opponent did have to mulligan there, so we end up drawing an extra card here, getting ourselves a Superior Energy Retrieval and a Iron Hands EX. So, Iron Hands EX is very interesting in the mirror match because it doesn't really do a lot unless you're able to amp, you know, a Bibarel or a Frigibax Manaphy or something like that. So now our opponent here gonna have a Chien Pao EX up in the active spot and Iron Hands EX on the bench. Gonna be able to get themselves a Frigibax, Shivery Chill, find 2 energies here, be able to put those into their hand, attach an energy to the Chien Pao, and then just pass to us. Now our start isn't gonna be super great. We got Pokestop here, so we're able to do a couple things with that. We're going to be able to hopefully try to get a Nest Ball or something off of that. But first, we're going to Buddy-Buddy Poffin here. Grab ourselves a Bidoof and a Frigibax. Pokestop. We're going to be able to also Ultra Ball away the Iron Hands EX and the Water Energy. The reason I Ultra Ball away the Iron Hands is I had Super Rod in my hand. So I was like, okay, I can just Super Rod, put the Iron Hands and stuff and the Water Energy back in. I ultimately ended up just leaving the Water Energy in there to have one less card in the deck. Pokestop gonna hit us Rare Candy and Buddy-Buddy Poffin here. Buddy-Buddy Poffin gonna find me my Manaphy and my Bidoof. Manaphy to protect the Frigibax on the bench. I've kind of already wrote off that the likelihood of this Frigibax in the active getting KO'd is pretty likely. All they gotta do is be able to Shivery Chill and attach return, Hail Blade, discard 1, and KO that. So I wanted to be able to at least protect us from the other Frigibax getting, you know, basically Radiant Greninja or something like that. But our opponent here going to be able to Irida, find themselves into a Rare Candy Baxcalibur, be able to bench the Radiant Greninja, Shivery Chill, get 2 more Water Energies. Going to be able to conceal cards here, draw 2 cards as well. Also still have access to that Pokestop. They're going to be able to Earthen Vessel here, discard a Water Energy to get 2 more energies. Now, they're going to grab themselves an electric energy and a water energy, attach the electric energy for turn to the Iron Hands. So now it's already on there because you can super cold any amount of water energies to your Pokemon any way you want to. So it's really nice if you can just get that electric energy onto the Iron Hands very early, because then you can just super cold later on. Gonna be able to Buddy-Buddy Poffin here, get themselves a Bidoof and a Frigibax. Gonna be able to set up pretty well here on their side of the board. So we're pretty even right now. They're able, them going first was really nice because now they're able to, you know, Rare Candy into that Bax really quickly and things like that. I'm going to be able to Hail Blade here, discarding 1 water energy to take a KO on the Frigibax, which I actually don't mind that because it's going to put us at a 6-5 split here. Going to force them to kind of be on odd prize cards a little bit. Now we're going to Shivery Chill here, getting ourselves 2 water energies. Ultra Ball, pitch both the water energies for Baxcalibur here because I had the Rare Candy in my hand, so Rare Candy in the backs. Now I could have grabbed Bibarel here to try to draw, but I was like, no, I feel like going for the Baxcalibur is definitely the correct choice. So we're going to be able to Spirit Energy Retrieval, pitch all the cards in our hand, and going to be able to Hail Blade, putting all 4 energies, or super cold, putting all 4 energies on the Chien Pao, and then Hail Blade, discarding all 4 for 240 to the active Chien Pao, taking 2 prize cards, putting us at a 4-5 split here. So now I'm trying to just go 2-2, and just take 2 prize knockouts. So try to KO maybe the Iron Hands or another Chien Pao or something. Was hoping they didn't have the Bibarel in their hand, but they do end up having that Bibarel here. So they're going to have access to that Industrious Incisors. And our hand isn't great. We need them to kind of not KO this Chien Pao in the active spot. So we can at least get some more energies and try to take maybe a single prize knockout. Worst case scenario, we need a Pokestop to do pretty well and get some good stuff for us. Our hand having a Frigibax and a water energy is not what we wanted, but we're trying to kind of find our way into a Bibarel so we can start having a draw engine kind of going here. They're going to be able to find themselves with another Chien Pao EX. They're going to be able to Industrious Incisors, get themselves back up to 5 cards in hand here. Going to be able to play an Irida again. That's the 3rd Irida they've played so far. I have yet to play a single Irida on our side, however, which does feel a little bad, especially when playing Chien Pao. Irida is probably one of the most, probably the best supporter for this deck. I mean, being able to just find a water Pokemon and an item, being Spirit Energy Retrieval or Rare Candy or Ultra Ball or whatever you need, feels really good. Being able to also find Prime Catcher off of Irida is insane. So playing Irida very often in Chien Pao is very strong. And it's definitely showing here on our opponent's side of the board here. Being able to just find all these items, keep up the very quick pressure with the KOs and things like that, and us not really having an Irida to do anything with feels kind of bad. So they're going to Shivery Chill here, finding themselves 2 more water energies. Going to be able to super cold here, putting a bunch of water energies to their Pokemon here. Going to be able to jam 5 energies out, 4 on the Chien Pao EX, and then 1 to the Iron Hands here. We're going to be able to roll that Pokestop, getting absolutely insane Pokegear Super Rod and Rare Candy off of that Pokestop there is really nice. You know, if they had another Baxcalibur, they could Rare Candy into that Bax and then have a second one ready to go, so then wouldn't have to worry about that on their side if we were to, like, you know, Prime Catcher, KO a Bax or something. So they're going to Super Rod here, put some things back in the deck. Going to Hail Blade, discarding 4 energies here to be able to KO our active Chien Pao EX, putting us at a 4-3 split. So now we're a little bit behind on the prize trade here, and our hand isn't great. We got to have a pretty good top deck, maybe into a Bibarel could be good, or an Ultra Ball. Gonna be able to possibly even need this Pokestop to do good. We top deck an energy here, which feels kind of bad. So Pokestop, we're gonna whiff, discarding a water energy and a boss, and then we're going to have to resort to a not super great play, attach to the Bidoof, retreat, and then I'm going to collect and draw a singular card, which is Ultra Ball. So pretty good draw there off of that collect, putting us in a position where if our opponent was, you know, able to go like Prime Catcher into our backs and KO our backs, we pretty much just kind of auto lose this game. We don't really have a chance of coming back. However, we still have a chance to come back, which feels really nice. And the reason is because we can still pull off Iron Hands plays into their, their Bibarel, shutting off their draw engine, into the Radiant Greninja, taking some extra prize cards off of that as well, which could be really nice. So we have some plays that we can pull off. We just got to make sure we can kind of get there and manage our resources properly. But our opponent showing us how Chien Pao should be played, not missing a beat, removing the Pokestop because they know that we needed that Pokestop to be there. So removing the Pokestop, just getting rid of a bunch of cards, being able to thin their deck, thin their hand to pull off an Industrial Synthesizer for 3 here. Going to be able to retreat out of that Chien Pao with still having energies on it as well. Going to be able to pull off an Ampy very much, taking a KO on our Frigibax, taking 2 prize cards here. So now we're in a position where they have 1 prize card and we have 4. Now, this is where my opponent shows me that they are better at Chien Pao than I am. I put up the Baxcalibur, not even thinking that it's going to cost me extra energies to retreat out of it. So we Industrial Synthesizers here, drawing up to 5 cards, Heavy Ball, grabbing a Chien Pao, bench the Chien Pao, bench the Iron Hands, and then we're going to have Irida as well. We got a Water Energy, and we got Pokestop as well we can still do here. So I am going to roll Pokestop first, and I end up whiffing, discarding 2 Iridas, and getting a Buddy-Buddy Poffin, which is not what I wanted. But we're going to Irida here. I'm going to grab myself a Superior Energy Retrieval and then Radiant Greninja, and I was checking to see if there's any water energies left, and there wasn't. So I have all 8 water energies, 1 in my hand, 7 in the discard pile, and I realize, oh, since I put up the Baxcalibur, it's going to cost me 2 to retreat out of this, and I'm not going to be able to take the KO now onto this Iron Hands because Shivery Chill is going to find 0 energy cards, so we're going to have to Hail Blade for 180. Had I put up the Bidoof or the Manaphy, I could have just retreated for 1 and then been able to take a KO on this Iron Hands, putting us at a 2-1 split, which could have been pretty important and pretty key had I done that. But my opponent's showing me that they know Chien Pao better than I do, and this is kind of the reason why I never really played Chien Pao. It's not really my deck. I've never really been able to quite understand it, wrap my head around how it plays. So now they're going to be able to Prime Catcher here, pull up our Iron Hands EX, putting up their Chien Pao, going to be able to Hail Blade, discarding 6 water energies if they want to, for a huge whopping 360 damage, taking their last prize card here, putting us at an L. Unfortunately, however, our opponent definitely showing us how Chien Pao should be played, so definitely should be taking notes if I ever want to play Chien Pao from Natsu 2194. So absolutely crazy there, but still fun nonetheless, and it helps you at least learn the lines of Chien Pao, more so for me, because it kind of helped me understand, okay, maybe I should have put up that 1 retreat cost Pokemon instead of the Baxcalibur, who would survive the Ampy very much, being the reason why I put up the Bax, because I was like, well, they can't amp it and win the game next turn, so that's good. But at that point, being so far behind, you kind of have to play to your outs, and that was something I was not doing. So let's jump right in to that outro. Alrighty, that's going to do it for today's video. If you guys enjoyed the content I've been making so far here on the channel, don't forget to leave a like, smash the subscribe button. I really would appreciate it. And I'll make sure to put the deck list that I played in today's video in the description below, so you guys want to try it out for yourself, you'll be able to. And I'll see you all on the next one. Peace!